who had said that? Who had said she was a mess, or said something about her towards the end? Said she was frightening or scary or something like that.
Dangerous. That was what's the black chick's name? I can't think of anybody's name tonight.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Angela Bassett. Somebody said it to them, and said that she was scary. She was dangerous. They said she was dangerous, and they said yes, she was. And so, and I was thinking if she had been drunk with power, because I think that's what was happening to her, she was becoming more and more like, dangerous in that way. Because what she did to the mom wasn't exactly right. I mean, it was karma, yes, and it was something I was happy to see, but it wasn't right. And, she seemed to be kind of drunk with her new power, or her evolving power. So I think she may have been a bit of a liability if she'd been able to live. She could have been
eventually. They're all kind of having these moments where they kind of look like Fiona in their own way.
Yes.
The
dark side.
Yeah, Nan. Of course, Madison is Fiona.
We've got to talk about that too. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
And then, except for Zoe, I definitely think Queenie had darkness.
Yes.
And
I don't think Misty did.
Misty, but she's not part of the original Coven.
No.
But now she's all clocked in her head, laying in a.
But she's probably going to come back. She'll probably find a way out. I don't know. Maybe she won't, but whatever.
She's coming back.
Yeah.
She's coming back.
I was going to say, one thing I wanted to discuss about Coven was the thing with Fiona calling Bubba, whatever the fuck his name was, whatever his name, what's his name, the Papa Bubba, Papa Baba, whatever his name is.
Something like that, yeah.
Papa,
what an amazing
Papa
character
Baba. That was really cool.
Character.
Yes, it was. But I was wondering why. So she's making the deal with the quote unquote devil. I mean, the demon, whatever he is, and he's sealing the deal with her, and he finds that she doesn't possess a soul.
Right.
Yes.
So why?
You all were surprised by this. It was very clear the woman had no soul.
Oh, please.
Well, that's theoretically.
I knew she was a cunt and an evil bitch.
Can I tell you something? When she's set up doing the coke and she's doing all this and she's starting to ask for him to come up, I said she's going to ask him for something and she will have nothing to bargain with. And I said, she's got no soul to sell. And that was within 2 seconds of watching her get into this. I was like, I knew exactly what it was before it was even going to happen.
Well, aren't you
but I
special?
see Donovan saying he's like, everybody has a soul, no matter how dark and how bad you have some soul on some level. So I think he's saying is, did she sell it? Or I think it has something to do with her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend. Oh, you think so?
The little witch killer guy.
I don't. Oh, you mean him? That's not her boyfriend. Yeah. Oh, you mean the ghost dude or whatever? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really get it, because that's what I was saying is like if she obviously has a soul, it's just a dark one. But I don't see. So I'm wondering if something more about that's going to come up in the next couple episodes. And
because they only have like 3 or 4 left.
Yeah, so I want them to explain that, because they didn't really explain it.
They need to, or they wouldn't have said it. I think it was kind of purposely put there, and they have to explore it. Like they kind of showed Angela Bassett's character, her history, and why she is who she is,
and they kind of humanized her a bit.
Yeah, they did.
They made her more.
I thought was really nice.
More empathetic of a character, I think.
I thought it was really nice because when I saw the part about her and the baby, it like really touched me when she was like, I sometimes forget what my baby looked like, and so when I hold these other babies, that destroyed. That tears me up.
Yeah, and I think it really helped to, like I said, humanize her and
bring her to a level I could understand.
More relatable, a little bit more relatable. Yeah. But what about the what Fiona had said when she found out she didn't have a soul? She said, "Fine, I'll just kill them all." And then Nan gets killed, and so obviously her plan is just to kill everybody until she's the only one left, and so she can remain supreme. What's going to happen? I don't know.
She's going to kill Stevie Nicks in next week's episode.
You think she's going to?
Well, I mean, what else can Stevie do? She can't sit around and sing for.
Well, she's just visiting. She's not a permanent person.
Well, I'm just saying they said she was on for another episode. I'm like, well, what is she going to do in the next shoot? Maybe Jessica Lange's going to off Stevie Nicks. That would be terrifying.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I just love the show, but I can't wait to see what happens next. I thought the next episode was the last one, but I'm glad there's a few more than that, so that's good.
Yeah, I think there's like three left, I believe. But I see in the previews, Go ahead.
Is that the end of the? Cause see, now I don't watch it. So
Yes.
Is this the end of this season, and then
This storyline, everything.
and the whole thing gets finished?
Yeah, every American Horror Story, what he does every season is a different. It's always a horror story or relatable type thing. So the first season was a haunted house. Last season was an insane asylum, and this with aliens and shit. And this season is Coven with the witches. So next season's supposed to be supposedly about a carnival or something.
I did not know.
Carnival freaks. Or
Yeah,
something like
carnivals and freaks or something next season. Yeah. Unfortunately, I love Coven though, and I wish they would carry this on every year. I would watch it every season.
They wanted to do it. They wanted.
Oh, really?
To do, I read some. Yeah, they wanted to spin this off into its own brand, but they said, well, it's not the original formula. We have to stick with what's been working for us. It's changing it up, beginning the story, having the story, and then
He can go on and do the carnival shit and go on and do something different every season and still have Coven on its own thing.
Isn't that how Downton Abbey got started? Is that not right?
What?
Didn't Downton Abbey start for just like one little mini series and then just kind of caught on? Isn't that what happened with Downton Abbey? Something like that?
I don't know. I think it was only a few episodes. I don't think it was. I mean, I think it was one season.
I'm just saying that it was something really wonderful that came from something so short. You know?
Yeah.
Like I agree with Donovan that it should be continued because hopefully they'll come up with a storyline that I actually enjoy.
Oh my God! Shut up.
What?
You don't enjoy it at all?
Honey, I tried.
Oh wow!
I did. I tried. I sure did.
what Downtown Abbey?
No,
Coven.
Downton Abbey is the most amazing show in the history of television. Downton Abbey is. Oh my gosh, Downton Abbey's my shit. But no, the Coven last night was just no bueno. I didn't like any of it, but I really tried.
What?
I know he's weird. I don't understand him.
What? I mean, seriously,
there was no reason for Stevie Nicks to have been there. I didn't understand that at all.
It was a cameo.
Yeah, and plus all the Stevie Nicks talk, they had to do it.
Well, I guess playing her music wasn't enough. You have to scream it at somebody. Do you know what I mean? I just thought...
You are such a bitchy queen sometimes. I swear to God.
I am not. Donovan, don't say that about
bitchy
me.
queen. Jesus Christ.
I am not. Donovan, I'm muting myself.
There was... It reminds me of this anchor. There's this news anchor here in Dallas. His name is Ron Corning. He's gay, and he said something about Elizabeth Vargas. Elizabeth Vargas is one of the hosts of 2020. You know, she's like the Barbara Watchers 2020 now, and she went away for a long time because she said she was in rehab for alcoholism. And he said about her, oh yeah, she's got alcoholism. It doesn't hurt the fact that she's gotten all this publicity. Very suspect. And I wrote to him and I said, "You're a bitchy queen for saying that." And so you remind me of Ron Corning. I just want to let you know that you're sounding a lot like Ron Corning right now. So.
I'm sorry, but I'm glad that in your way you say you are okay with me still being,
What, a bitchy queen?
A bitchy queen, I guess.
Oh, that's fine.
As long as
I love Ron Corning.
But the point is, nobody would be tuning in if there wasn't a conflicting perspective, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you play your role so well.
No, because mine is mine, and it has always worked for me. Anyway, I thought the writing was really kind of easy. I
I'm so happy it's worked for you. Continue.
That was funny.
Oh, we're listening. So anyway, what else were we talking about? The Coven. There was that.
I can't form words out of my mouth. It's
I'm trying to think what else happened.
Like a fart or something like that, because I can't continue this if we're going to go down
that.
No.
But what about what's her face? The daughter. I can't remember her name. I don't know why.
Now, can I say something? She did an amazing job acting.
Who? The daughter?
Cordelia?
The daughter, the one who was like, I have nothing left to give to this.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Oh, she's pretty great. She was one of my favorite parts.
Did you see? No, I'm going to ask you something. Did you see American Horror Story ever before this, or did you only watch Coven?
No, I started to watch the first episode, of the very first season, and there was some sort of like black rubber character that
yes,
this woman thought she was sleeping with her husband, but she's sleeping with this.
It was Tate.
That wasn't the first episode, I don't think, but yeah.
Kind of rape. Demon rape. And I was like...
Oh, my God.
I'm not tolerating that. And
she wasn't raped. She wasn't raped. She just she had sex with someone she thought was her husband who wasn't. He didn't rape her.
Do you think that she would have knowingly had sex with the stranger wrapped in...
But she thought it was her husband, so it's not rape.
Well, it would... Okay, I'm not getting into it. That's a different opinion. But I did not watch it. I have not watched it since that one until recently.
Oh.
Sadly, Kathy Bates was not in last night's episode.
I think she's gone, isn't she? Is she gone?
No. Is she gone?
She's coming back.
Angela Bassett looks amazing.
Oh,
she's a beautiful woman. Mm-hmm.
Listen, that woman is beautiful. Now, I think like this of the actresses that are there. Mm-hmm. Angela Bassett is one of my favorites, but she's not my favorite. And I know that's surprising because I love What's Love Got to Do with It. But I like what this daughter is doing.
Cordelia.
I like her method. I don't like her speaking voice, but I like her method.
Sarah Paulson is an incredible actress. She's been around for a long time, and she's been in every season of American Horror Story because she's such a great actress. And so she's always she plays a different role in every season, you know.
That's cool.
But yeah, she's a great actress. She's been in many movies and many shows, so I love her. She's great.
Yeah, but other than the writing being really, really easy and somewhat less than, it was barely sufferable, but it was it passed the time.
Okay,
now,
whatever.
Here's the thing.
Wow.
I would rather never see Stevie Nicks be anybody but Stevie Nicks. I'm glad they didn't ask her to play a real role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm glad she just said, "Well, I just did my best and at who I was, and that was it." That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was cool with the music they were using, but I didn't need her to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
I wonder what you say about your friends behind their backs. I'm curious. Because if you say this about Stevie Nicks, for God's sakes, there's no telling what you say about the rest of us. My God.
Stevie Nicks would look me in the face and say, "You know what? I love you because you are strong enough to tell somebody the truth."
Oh, is that what she'd say? Okay.
And she would say, "You're telling the truth, the absolute truth."
I think she put a spell on you, but whatever.
I just took Stevie Nicks' part as for what it was. It was for the fans. It was because that girl had spoke so much about Stevie Nicks throughout the whole entire season.
Exactly.
That paid a homage to Stevie Nicks. That's how I took it. I didn't want her to be serious. I didn't want to be actor girl. I didn't want her to win an Emmy.
But I tuned in, didn't I? I mean, it served its purpose.
This is true. I think the purpose it served, I think just need to stop it there instead of trying to make her be in all this other stuff. To me.
Sorry. Okay, I'll drop it.
No. I'm not offended. Don't get.
No, I'm not offended either. I just think it's these.
Because when I get off this, I'm going to post it on one of those Stevie Nicks fan sites. You're like 3 raging queens ripped the Queen of Rock and Roll last night in a podcast about the hashtag AHS. You know. At Stevie_Nicks, live blog, all that shit. I'm going to post it all over the place and be like, please, Stevie, call someone and tell them to not run your next episode. Just tell them not to. Something came up.
No, I love it. I thought it was perfectly fine.
So,
and then that girl with that cigarette, whatever. I'm over it.
So, let's talk about the cast real quick. Like, what specific, like, if I were to mention each character's name to you, and I would like if you could just give me a couple words about what you think about each of them. So, Fiona. What do you guys think about Fiona? Just a few words.
Supreme bitch.
I have to echo that.
I think classic rock.
Fiona?
Yeah.
Classic rock. Why do you say classic rock?
Because she has this very cocaine. She's very Stevie Nicks. She has this sort of bar past where she picked up men. I don't know. She just feels very sort of Hotel California to me.
Okay. What about Misty Day?
I think pure innocence, because I know how she was killed before. Well, remember they killed her at the very beginning of the show,
Steak.
like in a flashback. Yeah, so I think she's just innocent, kind of personified. Yeah. And I think we're going to see that as the last couple episodes.
Maybe she'll be like the Phoenix, and she's going to come out of that box like fucking badass. Like
I would faint.
I bet she's going to do that. I'd say naive. Yes, I'd say naive and innocent. What about you?
Oh, I have
Ken.
no notes on her.
What do you think about her?
I have no notes on her. None.
Oh, you don't like her?
Well, I don't have any notes about her. She wasn't very. I just wasn't impressed enough to even write